movie fans? Pretty excited to talk to you guys about the #1 movie out there. It's Toy Story 4, and it's awesome. It's so great. It's so good. I love it so much. It's so far had the largest opening weekend of any of the Toy Story movies, around 120 million. And after this weekend, it should pass 230 million in the domestic box office. So it's doing great. Yes, I loved it. It is outstanding, fantastic, and so great. I loved how Toy Story 3 ended. So wasn't really sure, with the new one, what's gonna go on. Did we need another movie? But man, we sure did need this. I really felt like this movie brings a story that needed to be told, a story that we needed to know about. So I love that. And yes, I saw it twice. And man, just you don't have to just take my word for it. I mean, here, listen to this. We loved it!
The hit of the summer! So great!
So great!
Porky!
Perfect.
Good. I like Porky.
Yes! So awesome, so great. Woohoo! Isn't that fun? Just such a great movie. Critics have given it very high reviews, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Top critics, though, have it at 100% still, so that's pretty amazing. Audience scores with more than 25,000 verified ratings. Audience scores have it at 95%. So, seriously, this is just phenomenal. What a great franchise. To be able to do that for 4 movies, to have that high of caliber, one just says so much about Pixar as a studio and the effort and the energy and the work that they put into making great movies. But also it says so much about these characters, how deep they are, how lovable they are, how fun and funny they are, to keep making such phenomenal movies. I mean, let's kind of put that into perspective. Let me compare it for you with some other franchises, okay? Shrek, the Shrek franchise, 4 movies there from DreamWorks. Its average rating from Tomato Meter is a 69%. Pirates of the Caribbean, those movies, average rating 52%. The Hunger Games, those movies, they're averaging a 78% on the Tomato Meter. Star Wars, just looking at episodes, so 8 Star Wars movies. The average of those 8 Star Wars movies is an 81%. That's a big deal. That's really good, really respectable, really awesome, right? The Avengers, the 4 Avengers movies, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame, right? Those 4 averaged out, the rating is an 86.5%. We can go ahead and round that up to an 87%, right? Amazing, phenomenal, so good. Then, heralded as one of the greatest trilogies of all time, Lord of the Rings, that one averages out to a 93%. But when you average the 4 Toy Stories, their critic ratings on the Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter, it comes in at a 99%. So, I'm just not blowing smoke here talking about that Toy Story is the greatest. Look at that. That's just so amazing, so cool, so wonderful, and yes, I absolutely love it. We're going to talk about the movie here in a lot more detail, so this time around, yes, there will be some spoilers, so throw up a spoiler warning if you haven't seen it. This really is a must-see. Get out there, go see it, do whatever it takes to make sure you see this movie, because it's so awesome. The animation is phenomenal. I don't know how they do it. Seriously, they keep wowing me and amazing me with how good the animation is. It comes right in on this rainy scene of Andy's house, giving us a little flashback, and it just looks so real. It's so good. To think about putting, side by side what Woody looks like in Toy Story 1, the first Toy Story, compared to how he looks now in Toy Story 4, and just seeing the difference of animation there, It's so cool. But it's not just that. I mean, it's throughout the whole movie. The water, the lights, the dust particles in the air. It's just, holy cow, it is so good. Way beyond just beautiful. I just can't believe how good the animation is. So awesome. But it's also just very fun and exciting while still being meaningful and even emotional. A lot of people have mentioned that they've cried during this movie, especially at the end. I, of course, love Buzz Lightyear, as you can see. And Buzz Lightyear has a really cool storyline in this one, following and learning about his inner voice. Which I think is really cool. It's really great. Like, you think about Buzz, in the first one, Buzz Lightyear doesn't even know he's a toy. He's a space ranger. And he totally just knows that and believes it. And then through the movie learns that he's a toy. In the second Toy Story, then we get a second Buzz Lightyear that comes in with the same dilemma. And so then Buzz gets to experience what it's like for another Buzz Lightyear. So that's kind of funny. The third one, we got El Buzzo. We got Spanish Buzz, who had been, reset to factory mode, went back to that mode, but then when they brought him back, something went wrong, and so he became Spanish. So funny. Such a cool thing. So I love that in this one, he still had something that was unique and something that was new, but it wasn't just like a cute, fun storyline for Buzz. It's more than that. I really think there's a key message in there that works with the overall theme for the movie of following your heart, which is something that Buzz was just barely learning about. So that's pretty awesome. I love Forky, this new crazy wacky character. I think he is so well acted. Tony Hale, like, great job, super good, and just so funny. I loved at the beginning the struggle of trying to stop him from throwing himself away and jumping in the trash, and then just the mentoring role that Woody gets to have with him. Great moment there when Woody's kind of talking to Forky and explaining to him about Andy and how when Buzz first came and that whole experience. It's a great commentary on that experience, hearing it from Forky. He was like, what? That'd be so annoying. Just so cool. That was great. But I also love, too, that you get to see Forky figure out what his purpose is. To him, he had to compare it to trash. That's what makes him feel warm and soft and sometimes squishy, and that everything's gonna be okay. And so Woody helps him see, like, well, that's what you're doing for Bonnie. And then he just, embraces that, and that's what he wants to do. So what a great character, Forky. I mean, from that first teaser, I never would have guessed how much I would have loved that.
No clouds. I don't belong here!
Spork turned into toy. So such a great job. It's really cool. But let's go to that theme that I had mentioned. Love that theme. For me, the theme really, it kind of hit me the second time that I was watching it, and actually during the opening scene. But the theme for me really is second chances. That's the theme of this movie. That opening scene is just so amazing, but it's like a heart-wrenching moment too, because here's Woody on this epic rescue mission to save RC, who's fallen into the gutter, getting washed away in the rain, and it takes everybody. They're all working to do it. But Woody gets him, he saves him, and then boom, like in the blink of an eye, Bo Peep is taken away. And Woody is just like, wait, what? And he has to sit there and stand there with Bo, and he has this chance to go with her, but just then Andy comes running out, looking for Woody, calling for Woody. And Woody knows that he needs to be there for Andy. Andy still needs him, and he needs to fulfill that mission of his to be there for Andy, because he does need him. And so as heart-wrenching and sad as that is, Woody has to say goodbye to Bo. And so she's gone, and it's just crazy. So I'm watching that scene, through my second time, and just, of course, blown away by the awesome example and character that Woody is, of just being so faithful and so loyal. But it hit me. I was like, wow, that's it. That's the theme of this movie. It's Woody's gonna get a second chance. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wow, that's kind of weird, because, like, antique stores, they're kind of like, it's like giving a second chance for toys and things. And then sure enough, as the film rolls on, the name of the antique store is Second Chance Antiques. So yeah, totally the theme of the movie, right? Is those second chances. And it's in that antique shop where Woody finds Bo and is able to get his second chance to be with her. But we see this in other characters too. DoKaboom. DoKaboom is a really interesting character, right? Who is DoKaboom? Who is he? Well,
DoKaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
He's posing.
Yeah.
Duke, we need
Hold
to...
on, one more. Oh yeah.
he's Canada's greatest stuntman. I'm DoKaboom. Oh. Is he fun? Like, what a cool, fun little character. I know people are like loving him and the job that Keanu Reeves did with him, but yeah, I just think he's pretty great. But DoKaboom had his own little mishap in life where he wasn't able to do for his toy do for his kid what the kid thought he should be able to do because of the commercial. And so he kind of got, rejected, so he ends up in this antique store. And he's kind of got like a little bit of a self-confidence complex about it. But through this movie, he gets a second chance. He gets a chance to prove himself and to be the amazing stuntman. Oh yeah. So that's great. We see with DoKaboom. We also see the second chance theme with Gabby.
My name is Gabby, and this is my very good friend, Vincent.
Oh, Woody, pleasure to meet you.
Now, she kind of really is the villain for majority of the movie, at least filling that role because she's desperate to get a voice box. Hers defected. Her name's Gabby. The whole point of her as a toy is to be able to talk, right? But she had a defective voice box, and so never was accepted and never got to be the toy for a kid that she had dreamed of and wanted to fulfill her purpose, So she gets the voice box from Woody, and she gets to go to the girl, Harmony, in the antique store. It's the owner's granddaughter, and then she gets rejected. She gets tossed into a bin, and the girl's just like, nah, I don't want this. And even in the dialogue there, you pick up on it. Because Woody was like, hey, come on, it's fine, you can come with Bonnie. And Gabby's like, no, that was my chance. But no, the movie's about getting a second chance. So as they're on their way to Bonnie, they find a little girl who's lost. Gabby gets to go to her, and paw, so happy and fulfilling, right? So that leads us then to the ending of the movie and Woody getting his second chance. How did I feel about that? How did I feel about this ending? I mean, wow, it's like, not like I didn't see it coming, but yet I totally did see it coming. I mean, the very first poster they gave us was Woody like tipping his hat, like he's saying goodbye. And I remember thinking like, no way. They cannot have Woody just leaving everybody to go after Bo Peep or to be with Bo Peep and just ditching everyone. That just felt so contrary to Woody's character, that faithful, loyal, dedicated cowboy that he is, and always being there for the kid when he needs to. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then through the trailers, God Only Knows What I'd Do Without You, the song playing there, and really just thinking, okay, we're gonna get a chance to explore what would Woody be without a kid. Interesting, right? But the trailers didn't hint at even or show us how at this point Woody's kind of been benched. I mean, he's a closet dweller hanging out with old timer, collecting dust bunnies, and he's not really playing that role anymore for Bonnie. Like, she doesn't necessarily need him. And he's also not the main man among the toys. He doesn't have that role in Bonnie's room like he did in Andy's room. So, I mean, that makes it really different. And we also know that Woody still has deep feelings for Bo. In Toy Story 3, she's been gone for I don't know how long, but at least a while. I mean, that scene where Bo left and the age of Andy there compared to the age of Andy in Toy Story 3. I mean, it's been a while, but you can see how much she still means to him when they're talking about how they've lost good toys, and Woody's like, yeah, and Bo. I mean, Look at that face. Like, you can tell. I mean, he tries to brush it off, shake it off so he can focus on, you know, being there for Andy, as he should, rightly so. That's what needed to happen then. But it did show us, you know, through that look how much Woody still really cared for Bo Peep. And so we get some even more of those looks as they get to come together again. I mean, I don't know if this was something you looked for when you watched it, but watch for Woody's facial expressions, the way he looks at Bo Peep. It's awesome. It's really cool. So I love that. So here we are, and what does Woody do? He gets that second chance, and he's there then, like I said, because this time Bo Peep is in the equation in this movie, and he gets that second chance where it's time to decide, am I going to go with her or am I going to go back to Bonnie? And here it is. And it's like at this point he had done his job, and he'd done it perfectly. But now, instead of just influencing one kid, now he's found a way to help and influence lots of kids. And so that also meant he got to be with Bo Peep, which is really what he wanted in his heart. You know, following that inner voice, following your heart. But man, what beautiful movie making, what beautiful symmetry here. From that opening scene where he almost went with Bo Peep to then his second chance at the end where he can go with Bo Peep because now his job is done. Now he has completed his mission. And so he can go with her. It's just so cool. Oh, so, yeah, that's where it leaves us. Woody has to say goodbye to his friends, the gang. Buzz telling him that, hey, she'll be okay. And that they'll take care of Bonnie. And that Woody can go and follow his heart. So, it's so beautiful. Was it emotional? Yeah. Like I said, there's crying. People have told me that they've cried. I don't remember if I like cried, but yeah, it's emotional. It tugs at your heartstrings, and it's just such beautiful movie making to do that with, you know, characters who are basically, you know, plastic, right? Plastic toys, and we feel so strongly for them. So it's amazing. Love it so much. Yes, I saw it twice. Can't wait to see it again. A movie I will definitely watch over and over and over. Makes me want to rewatch the first three again, and it's just so good. It's amazing. Love it. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Glad you could check this out. And yeah, hope you have a good one. Saw it twice.